EDSA stock is absolutely rocketing. Let's talk about why this is happening and where I think the stock could be headed very soon. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my analysis on this stock. And if you guys want to pick up a free stock, check out our link down in the description below. You guys can sign up with Public. Public is a great social investing network that allows you to see what your friends are buying, selling, and of course, everybody's current thoughts on the market situation. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty, guys, here we are with Edesa Biotech Inc., or ticker symbol EDSA. We're currently sitting up 42% on the day here, sitting at around $8.37. We were a little bit higher here just a little earlier at $9.44, as you can see there. If we pull back to the week chart here, this is what we were looking at. Look at this, right? This has me a little bit worried. I'll explain why in a second, but look at this. Look at the volume. Look at the volatility overall. $5.60. It's really just $5. It's been like that for, let's pull back even further. For the last month, it's been downtrending anyways. But I mean, look at this movement. It's crazy. And now all of a sudden volume is pouring into the stock, right? And now we're seeing a huge push towards the upside here, all the way up to about $6, it looks like was the high. And now it looks like overall we are kind of flattening out here on the day. Now, let's talk about why that previous thing right here, why that worries me. And we'll get into technical analysis here in a later part of the video, and I'll explain a little bit more why that worries me and just overall. But for now, actually, before we do that, let's talk news, right? Let's talk about why the stock is running today, because there is a reason. This is not just a random pump and dump. There is actually news behind it. EDSA stock, why it significantly increased today. The stock price of Edesa Biotech increased by over 60% pre-market. This is why it happened. The stock price of Edesa Biotech, clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on inflammatory and immune-related diseases, increased by over 60% pre-market. Investors are responding positively to the company announcing positive results from the phase 2 part of an ongoing phase 2/3 clinical study evaluating the company's monoclonal, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, antibody candidate designed EB05 as a single dose treatment for hospitalization of C19 patients. An independent data and safety monitoring board, or DSMB, composed of subject matter experts, informed Edesa Biotech that during its initial analysis of the phase 2 portion of the study, they identified an important signal between the treatment arms of 28-day mortality, and they requested that the study be preemptively unblinded. And while the phase 2 portion was primarily designed to refine patient, sorry about that, guys. Really killing it with the reading today. To refine patient stratification and statistical powering for the phase 3 study, the DSMB concluded that a clinically important efficacy signal was detected and that the study has met its objective. The DSMB has also further recommended that the continuation of the study into a phase 3 confirmatory trial. Among the findings, they reported a 28-day death rate of 14.3% in the EB05 arm versus the 36.8% in the placebo arm in clinically severe patients on ECMO therapy, and survival analysis using Cox I'm counting up with the words today, guys. I'm very sorry about this. The proportional hazard model showed that the patients treated with EB05 plus standard of care had 65% or 68.5% reduction in the risk of dying when compared to placebo. So basically what they're saying is that they have found relatively positive results in their efficacy study, and that overall this is some good news. Now, I think more than likely this is why the stock all of a sudden now has a just crazy increase in volume, and we're shooting into these high price ranges here, well, high compared to what it was previously. But overall, EDSA is trading very well. And the main reason for this is the fact that their study seems to be, for the most part, successful. Now, that being said, there's still a lot of information I think that needs to be found in this. Of course, I didn't read the entire article. If you guys would like to read it, it's right here. And just overall, this is what it's doing. Now, we can go into some technical analysis here, and let's talk about why I said that worries me, right? The low volume worries me. If you look, right, look at this stock. Look at all of these random spikes, right? You wonder, why did those spikes happen? Why are we seeing these spikes in price all of a sudden? Now, of course, there's news, there's catalysts, there's plenty of things that could cause spikes in price like that. But again, a lot of this might be some pump and dumps, right? I mean, this is not entirely out of the equation, right? We know that biotech companies like this have incredible gain days, especially with positive catalysts, especially ones that we read right there, where basically the study is kind of coming to a conclusion, and we're seeing results, and the results look decent, right? That's entirely possible. But if you pull back like to a wider time frame, let's pull this 6 months, look at all of these, right? Look at all of them. Was there that much news with this stock where normally the stock would be trading at such a low price to begin with, that all of a sudden there would have all of these different pumps? I don't think so, right? This is a low volume stock when it's not, in the news, when there's nothing happening with it. I've never heard of this stock until I researched it today to make a video about it. And this is what worries me, is that a lot of investors are going to hop in on these pumps and get burned. Now, whether or not I think what is currently happening, is that a pump? Well, maybe it could be. See, this is the problem, is that I don't have access to every social media database in the world. I can't look and say, oh, this guy is tweeting about this stock and saying all of these things about it, and he has 50,000 followers that are gonna, invest in the stock as well and drive the price up. I can't say that because I don't know, right? I don't know if that's happening. I don't know if that's not. For all I know, this could be a totally news correlated event. But again, if you look, there's all these random spikes in volume or random spikes in price all over the place, and then immediate dumps back to this, to the ground, to the earth, where it makes sense, where the valuation of this company makes sense. Because if there wasn't people who were actively targeting this stock, I think likely you would see a much more smooth, regular trend line in the overall price. So keeping that in mind, guys, I don't want to deter people away from this company. I don't want to tell you, oh, this company sucks and there's nothing good about it. Clearly they have good news coming out for them currently, and they are proving rather effective in their trials and efficacy for patients and everything. But again, keeping that in mind, that this stock is also probably, this is a theory, by the way. This is not confirmed. This is all speculation. This seems like a target for people who want to do short squeezes, or they want to pull a lot of volume from somewhere and put it in here and try to make money off of these scalps, right? So keep that in mind, right? If you're investing in this company, you don't want to be the guy who's buying when euphoria is all the way up here, right? Because then more than likely it's going to come back to earth. It's happened every other time this stock has run. Look at this. I mean, look, it's not hard to see, right? If you're a long-term investor in this stock, very different story. But I mean, overall, if you're a short-term trader, more than likely, if you're buying at these all-time highs, you're more. It seems like the pattern suggests that there's a burn happening, right? So be aware of that, guys. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and I would never tell you guys to invest in anything. You always should always do your own research before you invest in anything. We always say that every day on this channel, because we want to make sure that you guys are informed and educated on your own decisions, and you're not just buying something because some guy on Twitter said that he was buying something. Right? We don't want that to happen, because that's how a lot of people lose money. It's how people, for the most part in today's investing world, get a bad taste in their mouth for investing, is that they get caught up in these pumps, they get caught up in the dumps, and then they get screwed, right? They lose thousands of dollars potentially, and we don't want to see that happen to you guys. So even though there is a good piece of news coming out for this stock, keep that in mind, guys, that there is still some really strange price action going on. I don't really trust this stock fully. That's why I'm a little bit more bearish on this. And I'm sorry that the two stocks that I've talked about today, because we made another video about another stock just like this, they're number 1 and number 2 trending on StockTwits. A lot of people are very bullish about this stocks, and I understand why, right? This is overall seems like good news, right? But keeping that in mind, just be careful, right? At the bottom line, it's just manage your risk, manage your position, and be careful. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it today for EDSA. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. It's a great social investing network that you can sign up with and see what your friends, family members, and even celebrities are trading, buying, selling, and of course everybody's thoughts on the current market situation. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.